In the face of fake videos that have already gone viral before Election Day, U.S. intelligence and law enforcement officials are changing tactics this year on how they respond to foreign countries' attempts to interfere in our elections. In the past, officials have flagged disinformation posts to those social media companies. This year, though, they are declassifying certain information and sharing it directly with the public. NBC News global security reporter Luce joins us for more on this. Dan, good morning. Such an important topic as we hurtle towards tomorrow. So voters have been hit with this wave of false election-related content from several countries so far in this election. We mentioned declassifying certain information, but first, can you explain what else U.S. officials are doing this year to try to fight this interference and if it's working?
You know, the key here is they're really trying to move faster. So they were really scarred by what happened in 2016 when the Russians hacked into Hillary Clinton's campaign, leaked a huge amount of information. They really were blindsided, and they were very cautious at that point about saying anything publicly. This time, they are moving very fast. So when a video came out last week that was falsely claiming voter fraud in Georgia, you had a public statement very quickly from the ODNI, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, cyber security officials, the FBI. So they're trying to move faster. And the other thing they're doing is they're trying to also sort of use the legal authority of the Justice Department. So they've issued some indictments and other legal actions that have gone after fake websites as a violation of copyright. They've issued sanctions. And then they've released all this material, internal memos inside the Kremlin's propaganda operation. And I think that's partly to try to embarrass them and try to expose their collaborators and their partners and complicate things for them.
So, Dan, you're touching on this right now. Russia, right? One of the biggest bad actors, as our government calls them, funneling these fake videos and information into the U.S. We now even know calling the operation Project Good Ol' USA in a secret memo. But for viewers who feel like they've heard a lot about, the words Russian interference or collusion, and they don't really understand how, somebody over there could infiltrate our election, could impact voters who have decided what they want to do. Walk us through exactly how this information is spread by a country like Russia to voters here and how it could impact how people vote.
So this is a very old tactic that dates back to the Russian Revolution. It's really 100 years old. It's just now they're using new technology. And what the idea is, they look at American society, they see what issues are dividing us, they see the social and political divisions and polarization, and then they try to amplify it and kind of ride that wave. And so, for example, you have Americans alleging voter fraud 4 years ago, that whole idea. And then the Russians then produced their own false videos, false information, false actors that try to build on that and kind of stir divisions among Americans. So the message is here really to be careful about what you're reading and where you get your information. And the secretaries of state and election offices in your state are the ones who tell you when and where you can vote, and not some kind of random video that might seem plausible at first glance. So the Russian idea is to promote Donald Trump's candidacy. They believe that he's going to more protect their interests, and they're trying to weaken American support for Ukraine. So they're very strongly opposed to Democrats and Democratic candidates because they're worried that they will continue to provide support to Ukraine in that war.
Dan, such important information about a really touchy, complicated topic. We have to stay vigilant in these last hours as we head to the election. We'll be checking in with you. Thanks for covering it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.